There are over 300 women's basketball programs in the country, and only 5% of those teams have two 1,000-point scorers active currently. One of those teams, Saluki women's basketball. Abby Brockmeyer scored her 1,000th point at Bradley last week. Makenzie Silvey did it last year, so that gives SIU one of 20 teams nationally to do that. They're our guests this week. Yes, both of them. Makenzie and Abby will join us this week on the Saluki Standards Podcast. The Saluki Standards Podcast is brought to you by McAllister's, the official healthy choice option of Saluki Athletics. Consider your last-minute meetings, get-togethers, or celebrations. We've got them handled at McAllister's because we bring you our best to every event. From delivery and setup to big appetites and the smallest details, McAllister's has you covered. Go to mcallistersdeli.com/catering and let's stay connected. Now let's get into our conversation, which also features a little bit of a surprise about, we won't tell you how long into it is, but there is a little bit of a surprise during this interview, but hope you enjoy this dual interview. Makenzie Silvey, Abby Brockmeyer, join us at the same time. I was curious with you guys being roommates if you guys would double up and go one box, but contact tracing friendly and COVID friendly, you guys have gone opposite floors of the house? Is that what you guys are doing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. Well, I wanted to start talking about the first time you both reached 1,000 points because you both did it in high school too. Abby, I know you remember yours at least decently well. What was the story of you scoring 1,000 in high school?
Yeah, I finished my sophomore year with 998 points. And so I actually played at Litchfield because we co-opted because my school is too small. So the very first game we came back, I was able to play at my actual home court where I played in junior high. And then that's where I scored it in front of all my hometown. So it was pretty awesome. And
then Mac, it was just another day for you. You didn't really have anything notable to go with your 1,000th point, right?
No, I don't really remember it either. It was just sometime during my junior year, I think. But we won a lot of games in high school, so they all kind of ran together except for the really important ones.
Probably a 3 though. If you
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Well, with Abby scoring her 1,000th the other day at Bradley, I thought it was fitting, Abby, that it came off of a play where you screened for Mac and then flashed to the basket because you've done that a lot throughout your 4 years together. Just take us through that play. And first of all, did you know that you had reached a milestone at that point, or did you find out after the game? Yeah, no, I was telling, I don't know who I was telling, but I was like, I didn't even know. They're like, which basket was it? I was like, I didn't know. The reason I saw it was because it was on Twitter. They put it on Twitter, but it was an out of bounds play, screen the screener, classic play. So I was open. It was an easy layup. Nothing too special about it. Coming into college for both of you, I guess Mac first. If somebody were to tell you hey, both of you are going to score 1,000 points, you're going to play together all 4 years, what would you have said at that point? I
wouldn't have really been surprised, honestly, playing together in AAU in high school and stuff. We were the two main scorers on our team, really. But, I would have known that we had to work really hard. But I thought that coming to SIU together, we knew we were going to have or could have had good careers here. And then it ended up playing out well for the both of us. So, I wouldn't have been surprised if you would have said that, but it's still really cool that both of us, being roommates since freshman year, could have done it both in our careers here.
Abby, surprised or not really? Just kind of what you expected?
I would say surprised because for me, especially coming from such a small school, it's I don't even know what it's exactly going to be like. But like Max said, we had good success on our AAU team, but you never know what to expect. I had no intentions of what would happen when I came in here. But after our first year, I definitely saw us as two really good players. So we played really good together and here we are. So,
well, this is for the program, this is 4 years in a row now that somebody has gotten to 1,000. This year, Abby, last year, Makenzie, year before that, Nicole Martin, 2018, her freshman year, Kylie Gablehausen. I want to go back to your freshman year. What did playing with somebody like Kylie Gablehausen mean to you guys to kind of jumpstart your career and have a leader like that to begin with?
I mean, I think it was a really cool experience for me specifically because we both played like the shooting guard position, and I got to play alongside her freshman year. Like, luckily I got to start and be the other wing. And I mean, I just really learned a lot. She really taught me a lot about just what I'm going to need to expect, what I'm going to have to prepare for the next couple of years, like without her. And you knew that she could do it all. Like, she could hit the shot, make the easy pass, and got a lot of rebounds for us. So she was definitely a great person to learn from.
What about for you, Abby, playing with Kylie Gablehausen?
Yeah, I really enjoyed Kylie. She's just an all-around really good person and a great teammate. So, I mean, just watching her be successful and kind of watching her go through her struggles at times, you kind of learn from that and see like what she did to make herself better and kind of learn and grow from that and see what she does.
So I've got a little surprise for you guys. Do you want to say it to her face?
What?
She's about to join. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Hi,
Guys, how are you guys?
Good.
Good.
Cool. How's COVID life on campus?
Crazy, man.
Yeah, that's
Not
a good word for it.
I just
All right.
wanted to hop on and say congrats on the 1,000 points, both of you. Mac, I know you hit it a little bit ago, and then Abby the other game, the other night. I think I was watching it, to be honest. So congratulations. That's pretty cool to have two 1,000-point scorers on the same team. Connor asked me to share what I like about my time playing with you guys, like my initial impressions. So I knew this day was coming. Like both your freshman year when Mac was averaging, well, both of you guys were averaging double digits coming in, playing like 30 minutes a game. And then freshman of the year, Abby. So I'm like, this day's going to come. I thought it would come, I mean, with COVID, it was going to come sooner than this. So pretty darn cool. And I'm like, I knew it was coming. My senior year, you guys are awesome players, and it's cool to watch you guys grow over all the seasons and now become big leaders of the team and just dominate every game. So congratulations to both of you.
Thanks, Kylie.
Thank you.
Kylie, by the way, they were just saying glowing things about playing with you. So
They were just saying what?
they were just saying glowing things about playing with you. So you missed that part.
Perfect.
Dropped in just late.
Oh, darn. Boost my ego. It's been a long day.
Well, you had a chance to call their game the other day at Bradley. What do you think of how they've grown from since you played with Mac and Abby?
It's crazy. Not just this, I mean, scoring's great, obviously, but the confidence, like the direction on the court and leading your teammates and being the go-to person for them to turn to it's just a cool thing to see, because I know that carries on off the court. It's not just in the games too. So it's just cool to see how much you've grown since being a freshman. And I mean, it's a natural process for anybody, but to do so with such composure and, you know, during all these trying times, hard to do. So it was awesome to see. I mean, both all around players, even more so than your first game. So watching that, it's so hard not to be biased or like, you know, cheer for you guys or cheer for certain people and like, you know, come off, you know, supporting SIU a little more than Bradley. But no, you guys are already good to begin with, but just seeing the confidence level and the leadership level was huge, especially now as being seniors. So that's what I noticed the most from calling the game and watching the game.
Kylie was telling me about her crazy schedule, like 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. She's at clinicals. So that's love. Still stopping by after that. Appreciate you coming by.
You're welcome. I got back at 6:45 tonight. So
Just in time to hop on.
yes. Yeah. So crazy schedule, but I've been watching all the games every weekend and calling it 2 weeks ago. So it's kind of convenient. The Friday, Saturday games, not going to lie, it gives me something to do both nights, both days. So it's a nice little relief from all the crazy schedule, clinical stuff.
First ever Zoom bomb on this podcast, so thanks for making history. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All
right.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.
Dinner. Congrats again, you guys.
Thanks.
Gotcha. My bad.
I thought she was gonna pop up behind you or something. I was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, she's at my house right now. No, that's pretty cool though, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So for those listening, that was Kylie Gablehausen, who graduated after Makenzie and Abby's freshman years. But let's go back to your guys' relationship. When did you guys actually meet for the first time? We'll start with you, Mac. Your recollection of meeting Abby.
Probably just at some AAU practice, honestly. Like my dad was our coach, and he kind of just handpicked our team. So I had heard about her and kind of knew about her a little bit, but I had just met her at practice. I'm assuming. I don't really remember. That was probably 6-7 years ago. At this point, we've had a long playing career together, so it's been fun.
What do you remember, Abby? Was there a strong first impression with Mac?
I can tell you the first time we met. I really don't remember at all.
You see each other every day now. It's just a thing, I guess. Well, what was your relationship like at first, playing AAU together and being on the same team? Abby, what was your first recollection of playing together with Mac?
I think playing on AAU, it was kind of a big jump for me to everybody on my team was super good, and I'm not used to that. And Mac was a really good player, and I mean we were I wouldn't say we were the best of friends growing up on AAU, but when she committed to SIU, I kind of was like, oh, I kind of want to go play with her now. She's good, but yeah. And then once we got to SIU, that's when our relationship really kind of bloomed. But before then, we weren't super close, I would say.
Yeah, Makenzie, you committed first, and then Abby followed a little bit after. What recruiting pitch, if any, did you give Abby to come join you?
Well, I actually committed on Abby's visit. So I think I had visited before or just had already been down here, and then kind of came again with Abby. So I was kind of trying to nudge her in this direction, oh, well, I'm just going to do it right now. You might as well just do it right now too. But I don't think she did. I think she did a few days later. But I mean, we had, like Abby said, we had liked playing together and just had a good connection, and knew that we wanted to keep playing together for the next 4 years.
Were you tempted, Abby, when Mac was nudging you to commit that day on your visit?
No, not really. I had a lot of thinking to do before then.
Why did you eventually give in to the lure of going to play with Mac and coming to Southern?
I really liked everything they kind of had to offer. I felt like they were just kind of above every other school that was recruiting me, just as far as the facilities were nicer, things that we were given were better, and just all around I was going to get treated better. And so that's why I kind of chose here. And
Mac, what was your reaction when you got your future roommate and good friend to come play with you?
I mean, I was really excited because we played together well in AAU. I think it came pretty natural, especially with me being a guard and her being a post. And that still, I think, carries over even to today. I think I play really well with Abby. We play well alongside each other. So I was just glad to have her and to play with her for a long time.
Bud Light has created a seltzer so satisfying, it will have your taste buds going absolutely wild. Bud Light Seltzer is the official seltzer of Saluki Athletics.
You guys said that it wasn't until you got to SIU that you guys really clicked and became good friends away from basketball. When do you remember it kind of clicking and being let's be friends off the court too?
I would honestly say probably after our first conditioning together, that's when we kind of were we're in this together. We're going down together. We're in this pretty much in the same situation for everything. So I think just being able to do everything together, up into the summer, even moving in together and then being roommates, we pretty much do everything together. So, I mean, we definitely got along really well. So,
Was that the moment for you, Mac? The conditioning test?
Yeah, I mean, we were on our own because we hadn't like got our physicals yet, and we were running stairs, and we just thought we were gonna die. Like I asked her, I was like, "Do you think it's worth it? Like, is our scholarship really worth it?" And turns out it was. But I mean, that probably is the moment right there because we were sore for probably about a week. All our teammates are laughing at us like we're just little freshmen, like limping around the hallways because our calves are so sore just from running stairs a few times because we had no idea what to expect. But I mean, we got to campus and we really had no one but each other. Like we knew each other a little bit from playing together. So like we really had to become friends until we made other friends as well. Like, and Rachel came to campus a little bit later than us because she was out of town. So it was really just me and her and just had to really get to know each other then.
That sounds like hell, whatever it was, but what was the conditioning test? What'd they make you do?
Well, like looking back on it, it would be like one of the easier things that we ever had to do. But it was literally just running up and down the arena stairs. It was like 40 times, but our old trainer gave us just like a ridiculous time. It was like sets of 10 and we had like a minute and like we were nowhere close to making it. And like we were just giving it everything we had to never come close to meeting the time just because it was just kind of to intimidate us. Like it wasn't really a true time to meet, I don't think. But she's no longer here, but those workouts were definitely tough for us 4 years ago.
So you failed it, but like it wasn't like you're going to be kicked off the team or anything like that, or you couldn't play. No. That's a pretty good moment to bond. That's like, I don't know, that's like military type stuff. It's pretty good. So your friendship evolves. Obviously, you guys have complemented each other pretty well on the court. Why do you think, Abby, it's worked so well playing with Mac?
I feel like we both just have really high basketball IQs, so we're able to play off each other really well. Like and we've been playing together for so long. It's just like I know where Mac's gonna be, like what she's gonna do, and it is kind of the same for her. Like she's not afraid to throw me like a risky pass because she kind of trusts me that I will catch it and things like that. Like just we have trust in each other, and we played together so long, we just really know each other's style of play.
Do you think that clicked when you were playing at AAU, or was it when you got to Southern that you kind of had that feel for each other? For you, Abby?
I would say in AAU, yeah. I mean, it's been 4 years. It's kind of hard to rack my brain of that. But, yeah, I would definitely say in AAU we played really well together as well.
Mac, there have been some hard moments, too, throughout your career. Being friends, being teammates. What's an example of a time where maybe Abby picked you up when things were hard and helped you out?
I mean, it's hard to think of like specific situations, but just living together, like we can come home and kind of just rant if we need to. Like we'll always just be there to listen to each other. And especially like this year with COVID, we've both been in quarantine multiple times. So we just know that like we have each other to really rely on, because if one of us goes out, most likely both of us are going out since we live together. So I mean, it's just one of those things where we know we're kind of in it together, like pretty much no matter what happens. And we're just always there to talk and one of us can listen. So.
Abby, what about for you? What's a time where Max helped you through a rough patch?
I think just like going through everything freshman year was kind of like where we were able to lean on each other. Like for me, it was literally so hard to transition. Like the conditioning killed me. And like just seeing like her like be able to struggle, and like we kind of just had each other's backs and kind of just struggled our way through it together. So that was just somewhere we could lean on each other.
Yeah. You've got the on-court chemistry, obviously. I guess for Mac, for you, like, are you guys close to like completing each other's sentences at this point in COVID, since you're spending so much time together?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty close.
Abby, you disagree?
We've been together a lot. We're the same major too, so we're together all the time.
So you're talking ball, you're talking off the court stuff, you're talking majors. I mean, there's a lot there. Yeah. I know you each have a good sense of humor just from being around you the last 4 years. Mac, if you were to to describe Abby's sense of humor to somebody who's never met her, how would you describe it?
Ooh, I don't know. Abby is definitely the funniest person on the team. Like, she's kind of just like, I don't even know, like witty. She's just kind of quick with her humor, I guess. I don't know. I don't know exactly how I describe it, but she's definitely the funniest one on the team. She's always just cracking jokes and just I don't know, just making everybody laugh. So
she's definitely got the best Twitter jokes for sure.
Yes, her Twitter is elite.
Is that genetic? Is your family like that, Abby? Like, is that where you get some of your wit?
Yeah, my dad's really funny. And then my little brother just says everything that I say, and people think he's hilarious.
Was it your brother that you made the video with, where you made like the extreme marble obstacle course during COVID?
Yeah.
That was you, right?
Yeah, the Rudy Goldberg or whatever machine. Yeah, that's what we did.
That was elite. That was that was pretty good. Abby, same question for you. Somebody that hasn't met Mac, describe Mac's sense of humor.
She's got a good one. It's a lot like mine, I would say. We kind of like the dry humor. We send each other, the Twitter memes. Anything that's really dry. I feel like me and her got the same amount of humor, a lot of dry humor. We enjoy that.
Is that something you've picked up from Abby, or did you come into school with that, Mac?
I think a little bit of both. I've definitely picked some up from her, but I mean, I have always kind of just had that being at home as well, but she's definitely enhanced it.
How does Rachel mix into that? Where does she fit into the personality category with you guys, since you're together all the time?
Rachel's kind of like our upbeat, I would say. She's a lot crazier than me and Max. She's pretty outgoing, but she's kind of like rounds out our little trio, I would say. She's got a good sense of humor too. So
she's the extrovert that gets you guys going?
Yeah.
She's definitely the loud one.
I should have had her Zoom bombed in. That was a miss. My bad. Is she hanging out at the apartment? Can we just have her pop in?
I don't think she's here right now.
No. Well, anyway, let's close with the basketball part. Kind of ask Kylie this, like how she's seen you guys grow, but from that conditioning test, the first moment you guys kind of had together your freshman year, Mac, how do you think you've seen Abby grow as a player these last 4 years?
I mean, she's always been like a great scorer and a great rebounder for us. But I mean, that's grown in every facet. Like after being freshman of the year, you have to improve in some ways because you're going to have a target on your back. So she's definitely found more creative ways to score. She's finally started shooting more jumpers after me getting on to her for a couple years about it. I'm glad to see that. But like, she's become a better defender. She blocks a lot of shots. I mean, she really does it all for us. She can pass it too. So I think she's always had that talent, and it's just enhanced and grown in her 4 years.
Before I ask Abby the same question, I'm curious what you think, Mac. How competitive with each other are the two of you?
I mean, I think we are competitive with each other, but like we never guard each other, so it's kind of hard to really tell. Like if Abby's ever in the post and I'm on to her, or if I have to play defense on her in the post, like today at practice I had to do that, and she scored every single time. I was like, oh, here we go again. Like when it was my turn. So I mean, we're definitely competitive, but it's harder to be like competitive directly with one another when we're in different positions, and we're usually on the same team too. And we're scrimmaging and doing that type of stuff in practice.
Right. Abby, same question for you. How do you think Mackenzie's grown the last 4 years?
I think she's really expanded her game. Like when she was a freshman, I feel like she was just more known as a shooter, and coming out her sophomore year, she was awesome. Like completely different player in my opinion. She's able to score at the rim and everything. So just that way. And then as a leader, I just feel like she's really stepped up and just really tries to get our team going. Like she's very good she has a huge high basketball IQ, and I feel like that's really came out over the years for her being able to, show that and use that for other people.
What's the apartment usually like after a Saluki win? Like what's the rapport between the three of you after you guys win a big game?
I mean,
Loaded question, I know.
it stays pretty like even keeled, I feel like, unless it's like a really big win, like most day, like that was different because everybody was really excited and really ready to celebrate. But I mean, everybody, like, we're just exhausted. We've played like 30, 35 minutes. So we just kind of sit around and just eat our post-game meal and just kind of chill. Well, sometimes we'll rewatch the game too in the living room, but that's about it.
That's what I was going to say. Sometimes if something in the game happened that we want to point out, we'll go back and watch it and show if some girl pushed Rachel down or whatever we want to see.
Is there one you're thinking of where Rachel got shoved down?
I think you know what I'm talking about too, Connor.
Do I? If you say it, I'll probably know it.
Yeah, when we played Indiana State.
Oh, yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah. I feel like that's happened a couple of times.
She's just intimidating, I guess, to them. I feel like they keep shot her.
What about what about when one of you has a good game and one of you has a bad game? I mean, what do how do you guys handle that when you come back home?
To me, like, I feel like neither one of us really get upset too bad when we have a bad game. As long as we win, I feel like we're kind of even keeled about it. But if someone has a good game, obviously we're hyping them up. We love to hype each other up around here.
Hype house.
Oh yeah.
Mac, what about you? Same?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like to hype up my roommates, like Abby said, like when they do well, but like as long as we win, like we're not that concerned about it, unless like when Abby got her 1,000th point, like even though it was a loss, like I was still excited for her and told her congrats and stuff on the bus. So I mean, but yeah, it's just pretty even keeled. As long as we win, that's all that really matters.
For sure. This makes me sad to even think about because I feel like I've like grown up with you guys because we got to SIU the same year 4 years ago. But when it is time to move on, I mean, what do you think your friendship's going to look like when you're not together for the first time in several years?
I mean, I think we'll stay in contact. Depending where we are, we might end up working together sometime. We're both accountants, so who knows?
Somebody's going to be the boss of somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, we've worked on many tax returns together and all that type of stuff. So who knows? Yeah, we could end up working on other people's tax returns together. But I mean, I think we'll definitely stay friends. And she also has a dog who I love very much. So I'm going to want to see her as well.
You're going to have separation anxiety when you graduate?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Well, somebody's just got to start a firm, then you both have a job when you graduate.
Abby, that's you.
There you go. Well, hey, thanks for doing this. Congrats on everything. And let's do this again and delay graduation if you can. Like I said, I'm sad that you guys are getting old. It doesn't seem like you guys should be this old yet. So delay as long as you can.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Connor.